Hi everyone. If you want to turn on your favorites toolbar so that you can bookmark favorite websites, you can group them together in a folder so that you can access them quickly. It's actually very easy. For example, if I want to turn on my bookmark bar, notice here at the bottom on this line across the address or the URL, the Omnibox here, I have all of my favorite sites in folders, and so I can just gather them very quickly. In fact, if I click on the arrow, you can see I have a lot of favorites, but I'm sure it is the same way, but at least all my favorites are together. I can be more organized, but I'm working on it, but at least this is helpful. So anyway, to turn on your bookmark bar, it's pretty easy. Just go to the three dots here on the right, and you're gonna scroll over to bookmarks, and then you're gonna scroll over to the left or to the right, whichever side it happens to be. And I like to show the bookmark bar, so I like to check that off. So when you click on it, you'll have an arrow next to it. And every time I'm signed into Google, all of my bookmarks will show, okay? Again, that's the reason why right here, you want to sign into the browser too on any computer in Google Chrome. Once you sign into the browser, all of these great extensions and all of your favorites will follow with you anytime you log into the browser. But anyway, so you can see that my bookmark bar is all set up. So let's see how it works. So say, for example, I want to group all of my websites together for libraries for database research. So for example, say I want to group all of the libraries that I use together into favorites and into a folder. So the first thing I can do is to type on the website that I want. So I can go to bpl.org and you can open up their site. I like to use their ebooks and all of their databases, and I don't always want to have to find it every single time. So you can just click on favorites and it will come up and it will say, well, you want it, where do you want to keep it? Well, I want to call it, I'm going to shorten it, I'm going to call it BPL because I know what that means. And what folder do you want to put it on? And click right here. I want to put it on the bookmark bar because it's nice and easy for me. So I'm going to click on that and then I'm going to click done. Okay, and you'll notice since I have so many, it actually went all the way down to my most recent one. Okay, but that's okay. We're going to make it easier. Another thing to do is, say, for example, I want to make a folder. So I can click down here instead of having all those websites I showed you. Go down to the bookmark bar now that you've turned it on and use two fingers. So it's almost like a right click on your trackpad. So two fingers down, that'll be a right click, or with your mouse, it's a right click on the mouse. And I want to click on add a folder. And I'm going to call the folder libraries because I use all of these different libraries quite often. And it's going to go on the bookmark bar. So this folder is going to go here on my bookmark bar. So I'm going to click on save. Okay. So now I have my folder called libraries. So I can take this website and instead of it just being a single favorite in this very long list here of favorites, now I can literally just click on it and I can drag it and drop it. See the plus sign? And I'm going to drag it into my library folder. And so when I click it, Boston Public Library is there. Now here's another one. So another library that I use, another website that I use and I want to keep them all together is Worcester Public Library. So my WPL.org, yes, I do know that website by heart. I'm going to choose that one. It's going to come up. I'm going to make it a favorite and I'm going to call it WPL, nice and short. Again, what folder do you want it to go in? I want it to go into my library folder and then I can click done. So now just to double check it, when I click on the contents of that folder, I have Boston Public Library and I have Worcester Public Library. And of course, I have to put our own library, that website, because since I made it, it's one of my favorites, of course. But we also use it quite a bit in history in English class for research. So bit.ly/Burncoat Library. And wait for that to load. And here's our Burncoat Library website. And of course, it's one of my favorites. So I've already made it a favorite because it has a blue star and you can notice that. But however, I want to keep it with all the other libraries. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to hold down on my trackpad or with my mouse. I'll hold it down. I'm going to pick it up. Plus sign comes up and I'm going to add it, to my folders. And then I can just double check that it's there. And yes, Burncoat Library, Worcester Public Library, and Burncoat Library. So all of these 3 favorites are here now. So that's how I keep favorites. All right, so you can make folders by clicking on your bookmark bar, right-clicking or 2 fingers down, and you will get these options. And all I did was I clicked on Add Folder to keep multiple websites together in a folder. Or if it's just an individual site that you love, that you read often. So say, for example, if you read the Telegram daily, so it's telegram.com, like to get the local news there and see what's going on, but I don't always want to type it in. So I can click on it, and then again, I can make it a favorite. And if I don't want to tuck it into a folder, I can just click here, just on the bookmark bar, and now the Telegram will be there. Or I could make a folder and put all the newspapers I do check all in one folder, like New York Times, Boston Herald, Boston Globe, put all those newspapers together in a folder. Okay, so hopefully that helps. So you want to turn on your bookmark bar through the 3 dots, click on bookmarks, show the bookmark bar, and start from there. And then you can manage as you go along. Okay, hope that helps everyone.